Yo, what is going on YouTube? So today we'll be reviewing this green looking gun. If you're wondering, from the Zombie Strike line, because obviously you can see it right there, is the Nerf Zombie Strike Doominator. So let's start with the front. So it does not have a barrel attachment, even though it's a elite blaster, but in the Zombie Strike line. I don't get why you would want another barrel attachment, since this thing is already, like, you know, very long. So I don't get why you want another barrel extended. So yeah, it's pretty lame to add another barrel. So, but anyways, up top there's an in-strike tactical rail, so you want to mount a scope there, which I don't get the reason on this, because it's a elite blaster, not a rival one, so it's not even accurate if you have a scope anyway. So, and up here is the priming handle. To prime, you push back and pull forward, and this is the priming handle right here, very smooth, just like that. And if you don't want it at the bottom, you can take this thing off and screw it on the side, which is kind of cool. If you're right-handed, just put it on this side, and if you're a left-handed, you just put it on this side. But I usually like to keep mine on the bottom, because that's more of the right way how to prime a blaster. And after you prime it, you fire once. Pew pew. And the coolest thing about this gun is the cylinder. So this is 24 darts in total, so there's 4 cylinders, so there's 6 darts in each cylinder, so 24 in total. So if you're firing right here, it only fires 1 dart at a time, but this guy does have slam fire. So when you finish, or if this cylinder is empty, you can push this little lever down here, and it'll rotate it to the next cylinder, and you have 6 dart fresh, ready to go. And this also has slam fire, so that means when you pull the priming handle back, and then just hold the trigger down, and then when the priming handle hits the 4 position, it will automatically fire 1 dart out, allowing you to dump your 6th round quite fast. And the capacity is 24 darts in 4 separate cylinders. But the rotation, the mechanism works pretty well. But the only problem I have is sometimes it misfires. Sometimes, like, when you rotate, the cylinder doesn't go in, like, correctly. See, it has to make that click. Sometimes it doesn't click at all. Sometimes it just misses it and it won't fire, which is kind of annoying. So, and the Zombie Strike logo, the Nerf logo, and the Doominator, the Zombie Strike logo is only on the right side. But you flip it over to the left side, there is nothing, which kind of surprised me, because in other lines they put a Nerf logo here, just not painted. On this, they even put a Nerf logo. So kind of lame on that. And to the trigger pull is pretty standard, very smooth. This blaster does have slam fire, but the performance is not really good on this guy. And the grip is it's okay, but I find the stock, like, super useless. It's so short, like, I can barely shoulder this blaster. I don't get the point of this, and it interferes with my wrist, and it feels kind of uncomfortable. But it's not really a big deal anyways, since I don't pick up the blaster and shoot it for like 2 hours, so not a big deal. But I like how there's like wood on the back of the stock, and the grip or the handle has this little like wraparound bandage to make it look like it's a Zombie Strike blaster, which looks awesome. There's some sling mounts, there's some holes where you configure your blaster, but those are the only holes that I see. There's not many other holes in the front of the blaster or anything else, so it will be kind of weird if you're like slinging like this, because this thing is heavy. So imagine whipping this as a secondary, quite uncomfortable. So yeah, that's all about the overview of the Doominator. And now let's get to the firing test and see how this thing actually performs. Okay, so now we're at the firing test of the Nerf Zombie Strike Doominator. I have 24 of the short field darts from Dart Zone loaded in there. And yeah, let's see how this thing performs. I'm gonna first start with single fire. Okay, pretty standard. Alright, now some slam fire. Rotation of the cylinder is pretty good. Now some fast firing, no slam fire. I'm just gonna pump back and pull the trigger as fast as I can. Oh, it looks like it skipped 1 dart. Well, actually it skipped 2 darts. Kind of weird.  . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, so it kind of skip fires sometimes when I try to go fast with it. But when I go slam fire, it's fine. Overall, the performance is okay. It's not great, but, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty much a revised flipfury. Okay, so as y'all can see, that was the firing test of the Nerf Zombie Strike Doominator. And in my opinion, it fires okay. It's not great performance. The FPS on this thing is about 68 FPS or feet per second, which is not really great for a Nerf Elite Blaster. The current average par is about 70 feet per second, so it's 2 feet per second behind. A few feet per second off is not going to change, but hey, it's better to have 70 FPS than 68, right? The extra 2 distance. So yeah, overall, this thing is okay. It's pretty much a revised flipfury. You know, also the pistol in the Zombie Strike series. It's just like this one, but a smaller profile, and it only has 2 cylinders. So in total of like 12. So it also has the flipping thing like this one, but it only has 2 cylinder instead of 4. So overall, this thing is okay. I still think it's pretty cool, but they're pretty expensive now. I found this at a local thrift store, so obviously it's a lot cheaper than me buying it new. Buying a new thing costs like $100 for this thing. I don't know, kind of crazy. But anyways, overall this thing performs pretty good. Now to my opinion, do I recommend it or not? Well, it's kind of a mix. It's between yes and no, because the only cons I have about this thing is the cylinder rotate. It doesn't rotate very well. When I try to fire fast, it kind of skips fire sometimes. And this stock is useless. It bangs into my wrist. It's very uncomfortable. I don't get why they made this stock in the first place. I mean, you have a hacksaw, you can just remove the stock completely because it's totally useless. So yeah, that's the only 2 cons I have about this thing. And I would still recommend it if you're looking for like a blaster, if you don't want to carry around magazine, but also want a high capacity blaster, then this thing might be for you. But if you're looking for a performance blaster, you know, I would just take towards like the Chronos or something like that. Even though it has less capacity, it performs way better and it's more faster to reload. So yeah, overall, this thing isn't really good. It's okay. I'm not saying it's like super bad, but it's not good, but it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much a revised flipfury. But I would rather just get a Hyperfire for the price, even though the Hyperfire is like literally cheaper. But yeah, overall, that's all about my review of this Nerf Zombie Strike Doominator. If you guys want to purchase one of these brand new, I will leave the link in the description down below and where to get it, of course. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you're new, to stay tuned for more Nerf videos. And by the way, before I end out this video, I am going to be reviewing the Whiteout Maverick, which I also got from the thrift store today too, the same day that I'm going to post this video. So yeah, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time, or when I review that Whiteout Maverick in a couple hours. Peace.